Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dev. We're talking about resilience all this week. One of the really important facets of resilience is remembrance, and I started at the beginning. The idea that you learn, the idea that you grow, the idea that you expand, the idea that you bring resolution, all of this comes from remembrance. Remembering where you've come from, remembering where you are, remembering the things you've learned, remembering the reason why you've learned them. All of that impacts upon our ability to be resilient, because then what resilience is about the way in which we understand our emotional responsibility. Resilience then becomes our understanding of the ways in which we create emotional awareness. It becomes the way in which we create an understanding of how we link and get the help that we need with other people, link with and get the help that we need from other people. It becomes a clearer journey, as it were, towards deeper self-efficacy, towards creating better boundaries around ourselves, towards learning deeper self-efficacy. All of this is attached towards remembrance. And remembering one of the things that I call the hidden stories. Remembering what I call the value caching stories. Now, the hidden stories are the stories that get lost in either the fast or the slow pace of life. The hidden stories are the stories that we fail to remember. Not because they're not important, but because you know what happens when upheaval comes. You know what happens when life comes hard and fast at you. You constantly are in this space of dealing with this. So you forget all of this that is around you, which is a remembrance of who you are. Hidden stories. I was in this space of real pressure about a year and a half ago. And it was pressure around me understanding that where I am is purposed. Me understanding and remembering that where I am is designed as part of the journey that I'm taking. And I was forgetting that. And I was forgetting that God was with me in the space that I found myself. A friend of mine, Roger Afele, we got together one night and we would go for our late night coffees. He picked me up, and as I was journeying, he pulled this story, or he pulled a remembrance of a story that I had shared with him. And the remembrance was just simply this. I was shared with him that I was going into a meeting, and on my journey to that meeting, I heard God say to me, whatever happens today, take it as from me. And I remember sharing that with him. Well, he shared that with me in the car as we're going for our late night coffee. He said, preacher, never forget when you said to me that day you was in the car and God said to you, whatever happens today, take it as from me. When he pulled that story that had been lost in the pressure and in the fast pace and in the upheaval of what my life was at that time, when he pulled that story out, I literally felt my shoulders drop. I literally felt the pressure leave my head. I literally felt the assurance that where I am, I'm going to be all right. Where I am not alone. Where I am, God saw me. God knew me. God was still in this journey and in this struggle with me. I felt that he was present. I felt that everything that was taking place now had reason behind it. Hidden stories. Resilience is about remembering the hidden stories. Now, this is the thing about hidden stories. Hidden stories are only remembered in community, because hidden stories are the experiences of you, the understanding of you, and the journey of you that you share with other people, that inspire them in such a way that they hide it. They hide it next to their heart. They hide it next to their spirit. They hide it deep within them. And when you need it most, they find a way of just pulling it out. They find a way of pulling it out so that you can actually receive it. They find a way of pulling it out so that you can benefit from it. So how do we actually create community in which hidden stories and our hidden stories are not lost? Well, number one, link yourself around community and mentors that will always remember the immediate you. The you of strength, the you of love, the you of empathy, that will always affirm the immediate you. Sometimes that you could be procrastinating. Sometimes that you could be lazy, but you are loved. And they're able to see who you truly are beyond all the environments that surround you. Connect yourself to people and community that affirm the immediate you. Number two, connect yourself to causes that are always going to push you further. Because once you connect yourself to causes that are always going to push you further, then those causes are going to draw out of you deep integrity. They're going to draw out of you deeper values. They're going to draw out of you a much more broadened understanding of who you are in the world and how you relate to those people. And number three, connect yourself around people who will never allow you to apologize for being the person that God has created you to be. If you do that, then your stories will be safe within that space, safe within those lives, safe within that journey. And when you need those journeys, when you need those stories most, those hidden stories, people will pull out. Dennis Brown once sang, "No man is an island, no man stands alone. Treat each man as your brother, and remember each man's dream as your own." You can't live in this world all by yourself. Oh no, you can't make it alone. And just as as sure as you're trying to make it by yourself, you're going to wake up and find you're going to need somebody else, because no one is an island. No one stands alone. Treat each man, treat each sister as your brother and your sister, and their dreams as your own. And if you do that, you'll always be able to find those hidden stories. Your hidden stories are safe. Your hidden stories are safe. Your hidden stories are safe. Listen, be empowered in this day. Be blessed in this day. And continue to enjoy this month of celebration with us here at Temple Way. And see you tomorrow.